Hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. It's been a long time. Let's catch up and see what's going on. Who owns the world? We know that. And Nikki's here, says, "Hey, Mehran." Hello, Nikki, dear. And Steven says, "Good afternoon." Hello to you as well. Steven Mail 40 LA. Thank you for that. Emmanuel says, "Hello, Mehran." Hello, Emmanuel, dear. Jeffrey says, from Toronto, I believe, says, "Mehran, the man is back." Hi, Mehran. Jeff here, 32 or 33 in 19 days, he says. Mail Toronto. I remember that. Toronto. Emmanuel says, "Mail 27 Boston." Thank you for that. And Nikki says, "Hope you've been doing great. Passed my final and my classes." Oh, thank God. That's great news. Had a week off from classes. That's well deserved. And says, "Missed your videos." Well, videos have been coming along. I've been having lots of trimmings, and every day, 2 or 3, I've been releasing. But I've been a bit lazy lately. I haven't done more trimmings, but I have still in the stash that I can release. But there are a lot more, about 4 or 5 other videos that I have to go through them and find the right pieces and trim them. So that was good news. Thank you, Nikki, for that. Glad that you've passed all your finals and looking forward to a full-fledged registered nurse, I guess. That's wonderful. And Emmanuel says, 1 of 4. Oh my goodness, we've got a book coming. Let me say hello to everyone, Emmanuel. I'll come back to you as the first one to answer questions. Jeffrey says, "I'm thinking of starting to become a writer and write a lot more. Write a lot more, okay? I write my thoughts down all the time in a catheric bid to vomit them out." What do you think of that as a cognitive exercise? Good, not a bad idea. In fact, it's very therapeutical when you have something to say or something bugs you and you don't have anyone to talk about it with, or justice hasn't been served, because we're all looking for justice. That is why anger hangs around. It's not just because what was done and what was exchanged, is that we seek justice. And that is one of the problems that makes us feel, bothered, to some extent longer than we need to, for some events or some insolence or some idiot who might have, caused some disrespect or whatever it might have. So when you write it down, it will help you to actually, as if you're getting justice in a way of going over it and saying the things that you want to say and the things that maybe, you would have liked to see said by you, or however more you want to say. So that's a good idea. And Sagata, how are you? You were absent last week. Hope all is well with you. It says, "Male 31 India. Long time no see. Maestro, hope you are well and good. I lost my habit of staying up late since you stopped streaming on daily basis." Yes, but tonight I just came here to see you. Well, thank you very much. Glad to see that you're good and all is well. And Jeffrey says, let's see. Jeffrey says, "Only 120 so COVID cases here today, but I'm so afraid of becoming..." I can't read that word. Let's see if I can change the lightings here. The background of my screen is black. Yeah. Let me try this color. Well, maybe I should clean my glasses. Okay, Jeffrey, where were we? Only 120 or so COVID cases here today, but I'm afraid of becoming agoraphobic. Okay, agoraphobia. Well, we all have to some extent. We think our environment is not safe, and we go around, and we have to be diligent. I mean, we have to be vigilant, diligent, and we have to do our due diligence. We have to make sure, prepare, do the right things, and even though if you think you know something is not exactly as it seems like and whatever, but for the safety's sake, you know do what you need to do to protect yourself, especially if you go to crowds and stores and all that. Everybody wears mask, and you wear your mask, and at least you have that comfortable feeling in your head. Anti-agoraphobia. Sagauta says, Sagauta says, Jeffrey says, what are your thoughts on agoraphobia? Well, agoraphobia is part of life. I mean, we are always looking for security, physical or psychological. And mostly after having passed through the early years of the caveman, we have understood that physical security can somewhat be attained. But the most important one is the psychological security that we are still in search of. And that's illusory, because we can pretty much never get that psychological security. And agoraphobia plays around with that, makes us more feeling of more insecure. We've been insecure psychologically anyhow, and we've been searching for that since thousands of years ago, whether we knew it or not. The more we got physical security taken care of, food, shelter, this and that, so forth, with authorities and legalities and civilities and rules and all that, the less we have psychological security, because that concern is always there with all the new things that comes up and all the laws, and now you're afraid of if that law would pertain to you and so on and so forth. So that is part of being a human being and living in this kind of societies that we've been living in. So all you can do is just to be in moderation. My father always said everything in moderation. Even to this word agoraphobia, we can't eliminate it 100%. We're always by nature frightened, living in a paranoia state. We've always been. And so part of that is going to be, which is kind of good, to protect yourself, be alert and aware about things that could go wrong, and things that you don't want to be involved in, things that is not your lifestyle, things that you should be aware of, and protect yourself. So a moderation of even agoraphobia, it's okay. But as long as it's in moderation. If you want to have a glass of beer, moderation. But you want to have 3 or 4 glasses, not good. Everything in moderation could be managed and tolerated and part of being a human. But allowing it to go and capture you and control you and take you out on its own wave and flow, then you've lost the control of your life. Because you can never be in control of anything or everything in life. You can't be in control of everything in life. But you can do is to become that experienced captain that can ride the waves and avoid its boat to be capsized. So can't control the waves, can't control the wind, can't control the waves of the ocean, but what you can do to be able to be a good experienced captain, so you can flow with the wave, control the balance of your boat, and avoid it from actually being destroyed. That's being controlled. Otherwise, you can't control everything that happens in life. Yeah? Hoping to keep your head above the water by knowing how to swim, that's control. All right. Let's go on to Sagota says, the negative thoughts and memories keep coming. I somehow managed to tackle them now with the help you provided me. I feel bad, but... Message audio. But would you guys? This is an old army friend. Hang on a second, Mehdi Jan. Mehdi Jan, I'm on a live stream and you're on the every no every no it's all right, it's all right. Listen, I told everyone that you're my army friend and I have to say hello to my best friend. But they can all hear you, so if you have anything bad to say about me, go ahead, they can they can hear you.
Okay, go ahead, Mehran, I'll call you back.
Okay, I love you.
All right, have a good day.
Later, bye-bye. Sorry, guys. This man is one of the oldest friends I have, and we were in the army together. And my other army friend, who passed away a few years back, we were all in a group. We were called the Love Unit. In the way of saying that we just would do whatever we want to do, but we were very disciplined. I guess I was the only disciplined ones. The rest of them were just trying. And we had a great time. We were all together, 10 of us. Actually, there were like 5 of us, but the other 5 would join us to kind of feel like they're part of the group. All right, let me not digress and get back to what Sagota was saying. He says, I feel bad, but I distract myself with my reality, and that's how I managed him. I think, Sagota, you need to focus on the fact that the reality should not be distraction. The reality should be the main vein of your life and focus. The rest of the stuff are distractions, which you need to simply stay focused on the reality. You're not distracting yourself from the distractions. You're actually continuing your road, shining more light on it by being more focused on it, more involved on it. So naturally, when you shine more light on something, the rest of the stuff will not have the light. They'll be in the darkness. They will disappear and dissipate. That's the effect you want to give to your life. By focusing more on your life, being more involved on building your life, enjoying and producing and accomplishing things will naturally bring more of focus and light on what is living, what is the now, what is your efforts, and naturally takes the light away from whatever it is that wants to seep through. And they will dissipate because they will be left in the darkness, which means not having your attention. So you're doing good. In other words, even though the understanding of it should be the other way around. And Sagota says, I think with time, it will be far more better. What do you say, Master? Well, I think if you want to make drastic change, you need to remember the other video that we talked about, the other time that we talked about this subject, which I have a trimmed out video out of it. Remember that we're the past. All of us, we're the past. So in other words, from here, there somewhere in the past, to here, where we are, has made us to be who we are. So we're here, we're product of all these journey. If we are the past, then the past will come to the present, modify itself, or modifies the present, and project itself into the future. Which means, I'm the past, here I am now, product of the past. If I don't do anything, this will continue to the future. What's changed? Nothing. And the future, I will be in the future what I was in the past of the future. What is the past of my future? The now. So if I'm the past from here to here, and today is the past of the future, and the future, I will be the past of the future, which is today. And if I don't make any change today, I will continue being tomorrow, being what I was today, as I am what I was yesterday. So yesterdays have come to make me to be who I am today, because I'm the past, I'm made from the past, and today is the past of the future. So if I don't do anything today, I will continue to be who I was today, which is I was the past. So the past will continue to become the future. So no changes. So if you're thinking in time, eventually it won't happen. Because you're constantly doing the same thing. You're constantly taking what you were in the past, doing nothing to it, allowing it to project itself into the future. So tomorrow you will be like today, because today is the past of tomorrow. And we are the past. So tomorrow you will be what you are today. And you made no difference today. Therefore tomorrow you will be the same as today. And today you were the same as the past. So you will continue the past in the future. So what you need to do is to have a drastic change now. Because now is the past of the future. You change the now, you've changed the future. So all your changes must be vigorous. If that makes sense to you guys. So in other words, do your goddamn best. Don't wait for gradual changes. Understand why you want to change it and make that leap. And then change your future. All right. And that means same expression as if you're playing piano. If you keep playing with the same tune and the same speed and the same expertise as you played yesterday, you won't become any different tomorrow in your piano playing. But if you choose a new tune and have new techniques, more exercise, not the same amount, maybe more exercise, yeah, they can accumulate and make you better piano player. But you gotta make changes in the effort, not keep doing the same thing. You play the same song, tomorrow you're just as good a piano player as you were today. Constantly the same way, same manner, nothing changed. But you want to have more, better pianist, become a better pianist, well, change the tunes, learn new things, new techniques, find out the techniques, add more knowledge. And that, gradual advancement, that's fine. So on that basis, you can continue doing a little advancements every day. But as long as there is a change at least, not just same old, and hoping that the change will happen by itself automatically. It won't. Unless you make a change, change won't come by keep doing the same thing you've been doing. But you make a change in what you've been doing, then you have what you've been doing with the change, and that affects the whole thing, and eventually you graduate it to something different and better. All right. Steven says about a month ago. Oh, no, I should go to, we got caught in questions and I forgot. We promised to go to Emmanuel. So we go to his book. I guess I can't say hello to everyone at the moment. So we just go to Emmanuel's question. It says, 1 of 4. For a reason that is beyond me, he says, and anyone with common sense, I have heard of a couple of guys who have told me that in their adolescence they had intimacy with someone of the same gender as them, just because they wanted to know how that experience would be, and they swear that they are not, and they swear that they are not homosexuals, as they define that as just an act of curiosity. Oh, okay, you can call it what you like. Interestingly, they are heterosexuals because I've never seen them going out with another guy. But considering that they are truly heterosexuals, how could they do that? And most importantly, why? I have no idea. Unfortunately, today things are about, let me try. Everything is okay. Everything is you don't understand that your actions defines you. So you think everything is okay, well, you go smoke crack. What are you going to be? Well, I just wanted to try what it is, but then you smoked crack, didn't you? Yes. So you're a crackhead. You're not addicted. Yes, I am. But I just wanted to try. Well, this business of calling something I wanted to try, I was curious, that doesn't justify the shit that you do, whatever it is. Maybe you say, I want to justify beating somebody up. I mean, I want to see how it feels. That's not justified to go beat somebody up. It's still against the law, wrong, improper. Maybe something else that is not of your nature. You say, I want to smoke or I want to drink heavily. These sort of things you want to try, but then there's the consequences. But when it comes to sexuality, I don't consider that something that one should try. What are we in this world for? To try everything or represents what we are? If you're homosexual, embrace it. Enjoy your life. You have all the rights that everybody else in this world has, and you should protect it like everybody else, and enjoy your life, accomplish, learn, advance, and live your life, live your journey. But you're also as responsible as everybody else is. Being a homosexual doesn't make you special. Being a heterosexual doesn't make you special. What makes you special is how you contribute to the society and community and the world in general, as a whole. How you affect them positively. What you bring to this world. What kind of role model you are. How you help people. How you feel. But just the fact that I am this and therefore I'm special. I'm a minority, therefore I'm special. No, we're all humans before we have any nationality, religion, gender. So we have a responsibility as a human being, and we are all equal. Now, you want to use a certain kind of a format and cop out of your responsibilities and consider yourself special, so you'll be excused of certain responsibilities and load that you should carry, whether saying that I'm heterosexual, I don't need to do, or I'm homosexual, I don't need to, or I'm belong to this nationality, therefore I'm special, or I have this religion, therefore I'm... No, these are just copping out. These are not realities. These are not what human beings are supposed to be. We're all equal in speciality and in responsibility, and in our role to be a role model to children. And trying to try just everything, that is, I think, the stupidest thing I've ever heard, because not everything needs to be tried. Certainly, I don't consider that learning when you're, I don't know, you're not a deep sea diver and suddenly say, oh, I want to try it. Well, you go die. That's not a reasonable reason to try everything. And when it comes to sexuality, definitely that is not a child's play, and that is not a stupid challenge. That is not a challenge to say that I want to try this. Why? You're born, whatever you're born, and live your life. Why do you have to try to do this or do that? Why can't you be proud of who you are, what you are, whether you're gay or straight? Why can't you be proud of who you are and live your life? Why do you have to try everything that everybody else does? Why can't you have structure in your life? This is me, and I won't allow myself to be confused. I have my principles, and I have my gender clear to me. Why would I need to try everything? So these things that these guys have said to you, I think they're just idiots, because that's not a joke. You don't play with your gender. Whatever it is, you embrace it and enjoy your life. That's your journey. I don't see it anything interesting at all. And that's an attempt to make it as if it's okay. Not everything is okay in this world. for everybody. Some things are okay for somebody, some things are not okay for somebody. And that's how we are defined. But what we think is okay for me, what we think no. Maybe these people think they're not, but maybe they are. But anyhow, to each his own. They can make their own decisions and you can make your own decision. But why would you want to know why they did that? Why is it a question to you? They do whatever they want to do and they live with the consequences and they can, whatever it is. I don't have any more information on that. Let's put it this way. And Sagota says, male 31 India, long time ago. We did that. So we get back, so we got to go back down there. You see, one of the problems with this world is that we've come to think that we are right to think that anything goes. And life is about anything. We're not here to try anything and everything. We're here to do our best in what we are really good at, what we are here to accomplish. And that should be for the good of our families, humanity, our societies, ourselves, learn things. But this business of constantly talking about gender differences and all that and infringing on each other's habits or rights, what are you accomplishing? Why are you so much attention to gender differences? You are who you are. Enjoy your life. You don't pick on anybody else because their gender is different than you, but don't hold them special either. We're all equal. Heterosexual, homosexual, transgender, whatever it is, we're human beings. So do your stuff, but you don't have to constantly focus on, I have to know what that person knows. That's silly. Why a gay guy wants to be heterosexual? He's born gay, he enjoys it, he is gay. Why would a heterosexual guy want to be trying to see what being a homosexual is? What for? It's against his nature, but why is he? Because we've come to live in a world that constantly talks about anything goes, no format, no nothing. Men are women, women are men. No, it's not true. Men are different than women. Women do certain things better than men that men cannot do. And men do certain things better than women that women cannot do. If you do not respect this line and these differences, there will be no world. There is a world, and this species is thriving because there is a man and there is a woman and they can have children, and that attraction must remain whole and not be played with. And every other gender in this life is part of this life. So we're all in it together as a human being. But you can't make heterosexuals more important than homosexual, or homosexuals special, more important and away from responsibilities and doing their role in the world because they're homosexual and they're minority. No. Before being minority or majority, we're all human beings. We have responsibilities and we are supposed to attend to them towards each other and towards this world and toward ourselves, and preserving and protecting our gender as what we are, and not playing around this nonsense of trying this, trying that. What for? And women should learn to be proud of the fact that they're women and be a woman, because we need one. Without women, this world can't go on. So if the woman wants to pretend or become men, their manners and their activities and so on, well, then where are we going to be? And if the men going to be other than the ones whose gender is what it is, if heterosexuals supposed to be feminine so the women would like them, what nonsense is that? Women actually like heterosexual men because they're different. They're not women. But if you think that they will like you because you become feminine, to become more, having more things in common with them, that's stupid. Got to remain the man that you are and fill your role in the family and in life. And all these roles are clear. Therefore, this ship can sail with clear mandate who is what and who is responsible for what, who is doing what. and the intentions, the actions and reactions and behavior, it enhances the quality of life as a family. Otherwise, it'll be a mishmash, as it is seems to be in some ways now and then. All right, let's go on to Stephen says, about a month ago, I woke up around 2 a.m. to use the bathroom. We're really, really getting in the nitty gritties of everyone here, don't we? We know all the personal habits of everyone. It's a very intimate live stream. So, okay, Stephen, let's find out Stephen's bathroom habits. And says, I woke up at 2 o'clock to go to the bathroom. My window was open and heard my neighbor continuously coughing. It didn't sound good. Found out yesterday he died. 3 weeks ago from coronavirus. Okay, that's bad. Okay, well, I'm delighted that you're okay. Well, you know, people don't seem to take it seriously sometimes. You know, I had an experience yesterday. Regardless of what our personal idea or belief or understanding of this pandemic, this virus, the recommendation of the medical community or the governments are, regardless of what you think of them, but there is a certain protocol that needs to be observed. And that is when there is a rule in a store that they have marked spaces of to stay a certain amount apart and everybody wear masks. It is simply arrogant to disregard that organization in that store just because you want to make a statement. You may believe that wearing mask is not necessary, and it may very well be so. But that's not the issue. The issue is there are a bunch of other human beings that they all are under the understanding of that they need to wear mask in order to feel psychologically safe or physically safe from some virus or whatnot. Right or wrong doesn't matter. In that particular setting, that's the rule of it. That's the practice of it. Everybody's coming there to shop and everybody's wearing masks and the employees are wearing masks and places are set. Yesterday, I went there and I respected the rules there and I put my mask on and I did my shopping and I stayed on the button that I'm supposed to stay, which is a certain amount away from the person in front of me, and the next button before me again has the same amount of space between the next person who comes behind me and me. But these two people came right to my face, like where I stopped at my spot. They didn't stop at their spot. They came right to me about maybe 1 foot, and they have no mask or nothing. So obviously, I don't know who they are, and I know things are serious. Whether I believe this is this or that, whatever caused it, whatever it is, whether mask is useful or not, but it does make me more comfortable when I see I'm in an environment where everybody is wearing masks and I'm wearing masks, abiding, respecting the rules, and being concerned about other people's well-beings. At least that's a protocol. And these two, no mask, and coming right to about a feet away from me. And I said politely, I said, excuse me, you need to stand on that point where you crossed it long, you're way away from it. And the guy looked at me and said, oh, you fucking something. Brainwash your head and you fuck off. I said, excuse me, are you nuts? And then he starts saying, what? Go back where you from to Kelowna. Kelowna is a nice place, a few hours away from here, which actually is a rich place. People have resorts and so on. I think he wanted to have a racial slur, but I guess he caught himself in time because he could have been in trouble by such comments. And so it changed. And then some lady was hearing his arrogance and disrespect to the comfort of the others. And to me, a lady from outside the line came, told him, listen, you're from Kelowna and you have a bad attitude. So anyhow, this conversation, and he was oblivious to my rights. Whether he thinks is right or not to wear mask, it's up to him. But when it comes to being concerned and affecting somebody else's rights and space and jeopardizing their well-being according to the practice of the time and the rules, then that is not okay. So the problem is that, you know, people simply don't seem to be aware of their responsibility towards others. And we have that practice perfectly in Japan. Everybody is concerned about other people's well-being, and that is very respectable. And in North America and in many other parts of the world, we don't have that social respect. It's all about making a statement. Individuality. I am this. I don't want it, so you shouldn't. And you're blah, blah, blah if you do. Bullying me to take my mask off. And the fact is that whether you agree with it or not, that's a rule of that store. So you wear it, and then you also expect everybody else to behave normally. So within few feet, the guy was uttering all kind of nonsense, and eventually I had to tell him, listen, if you don't want to respect the law, leave the store. And a few choice words had to be exchanged as well. So so anyhow, Stephen, I am glad that you're okay, and so that's kind of concerning. Courtesy. It's all about courtesy. We're all in it together, and somebody wants to make a statement, well, make a statement at your own home, but don't come out and try to, because, you know, I guess some people, you know, simply have issues with being courteous to others, and that is a problem today in the world. Everybody's about themselves, and mostly in countries that are third world, they're more aware of being concerned about the others. But first world nations, in some ways, not in all cases, they're more full of themselves, that I have to make a statement. So regardless of what I do and what effect it has on other people, doesn't matter, as long as I get to say what I'm, because that's freedom. It's a bullshit. These are cop-out, being irresponsible toward other people's rights. Now, going to Gilherme Haas says, hello, Mehran, male 21, Brazil. Oh, Brazil. Hello there. Says, how can I deal with the fear and thoughts of being single for the rest of my life? Well, that's a fear. It's not a reality, because there is no such thing as fear other than the wild animal attacking you. You're afraid of that, or a truck about to hit you. You're afraid of that, so you move away. But other than that, there's no such thing as fear. It's all about when you compare what it was to what it is and what it could be, then the fear appears. So I had a relationship. I don't have a relationship. I wonder if this continues. Then you create fear. You create time with thought, because you thought about past, before, not now. Let's put it this way. Let's say there's no watches available for you to tell the time, but not now is a time. So before now was a time. So before now, there was something. I had a girlfriend, let's say. And now, I don't. And if I now wonder what will be after now, so before now, it was a certain way, now it's a certain way, and after now. When I compare these with thought, I create the time. So time is thought. And through this exercise, I also created fear. Because what it was to what it is, what it might be. Yesterday, I passed this alley. It was dark. And something seemed like following me. Tonight, so far I'm okay halfway to the alley. I wonder if I will be okay the rest of the alley, or will it be like last night? So I'm now creating fear by comparing what it was to what it is and what it could be. So right now you've created this in your mind as a reality. How could you know? The future itself is not here. How could you know what's in it that you allow it to control and manipulate your today, your now, your present moment? So you're allowing an illusory thought, non-existence of even the time that it's supposed to be happening. That time is not even existent. It's the now, it's not the future. The time of it that you're worried about is not in existence for you to know what happens in it. But you have created a scenario and the ending to that scenario for the time that hasn't come yet, and you have taken that as the actuality of your now. Doesn't make sense, does it? It's like saying you're watching a Brazilian champions play in the World Cup, and they're playing tomorrow. Tomorrow hasn't come yet. They haven't played yet, but you feel that they're gonna. You say that they're gonna lose. I'm afraid they're gonna lose. They haven't even played. Tomorrow hasn't even come. Why would you believe something that neither its time has come, neither its action has been completed? But in your brain, you have created something, and then when you create something, the brain doesn't have an understanding between actuality and virtuality. So when you conjure it up, and that becomes your world, without paying attention that the time that you're talking about hasn't even come, the action that you're worried about hasn't even happened, but you have created that time and action in your head, and you have believed it as an actuality. That's ludicrous. Do not allow these things to happen to your life, because then you will be living in a state of paranoia and believing in things that hasn't happened, being afraid of the things that hasn't happened and may never happen, and yet you become paralyzed doing anything because you have believed what hasn't happened as a reality and a factuality. And then you say, what's the sense of trying? So the bottom line is, you can't even be single even if you tried, because that's the way of the river. You're gonna run into another woman. You're gonna run into a relationship. Whether you want it or not, you're gonna end up in another relationship. You can take that to the bank. Of course, banks are not really reliable these days, but salute on that. Don't think about it. Just keep swimming in the river, and on your swimming, on your journey in life, you will come across lots of things that you have never had an idea they will. Haven't you ever come across something in the past when you think about your memories that you never knew it's going to be happening? Did you ever know about a relationship or about something that happened to you before it happened to you? You never knew that, did you? You never thought it will happen, right? In many things. Passing your exam, failing your exam, having a relationship, I don't know, being the first in something or getting in an accident or whatever. You never thought, but things did happen without your knowledge. So you can't say that things cannot happen to you unless you know that they will or they will not. So on that basis, your life has been lots of surprises. And always things happened, and always you never knew that they will happen. But they did happen. Same thing here. You think they might not happen, but how do you know? It's a thought. Thought is not you. You're not thought. Thought is not actuality. Actuality is not thought. So therefore, let it be whatever it wants to be in your head, but that's not the fact. That's not the truth. That's not the actuality. Don't believe it. Don't be bamboozled by the nonsense that shows up here. 80, 90,000 thoughts a day shows up here. If you're supposed to believe every one of them, you become paralyzed and you won't be able to do anything. You won't even know who you are, because the thought is, brain is so powerful. It can conjure up all kind of nonsense. Can even tell you that your gender is going to change. That's a thought. Doesn't mean it's going to change. You're born what you were born. You're always going to be what you have been born as, and you will never change, no matter how many millions of times intrusive thoughts appear to your head. That has nothing to do with factuality, actuality, truth, and whatever it is. It's a thought. Thought is like wind blows with debris in it. It's not something that you are interested in, but the debris are in the wind. They just go. Let them go. You don't have to be worried about it. It can hit you, because that's like a thought. Thought can pop up. It's like a debris hits you. But you're not interested. You shrug it away, brush it away. The thought shows up, let it show up. Say, yeah, I know what it is, but I'm not interested in that. So diss it and focus on what it is your life all about, and enjoy your life. And these thoughts can live, can be there, but they have no actuality, no factuality to them. They're thoughts. Like farts. That's it. Like the sound of this ship. Makes a sound. That's it. This is, I'm here. Okay, be here. But it's nothing to do with me. And you go on about your life. So, thoughts are not to be taken seriously. Thoughts are nonsense. Therefore, do not be bamboozled by them. You are who you are, and no thought can change you from what you are. You're the boss of thoughts. The thoughts work for you. So they show up, they show up. You say, okay, not interested, move on. It's like a bazaar. You go, you see lots of things are there for sale. But just because they're there, that doesn't mean you are interested in them, or you want to buy them, or you want to use them. You just pass by until you get to the store that has got things that you want. Same thing. You walk away, you do your life, and thoughts show up, whatever about. The food you don't like, it suggests to you like. The gender that you're not interested in suggests to you that you're this or that. Tries to suggest that your gender is going to be changed. Let it say what it wants to say. Thought is not you. It's another entity. It's like people uttering things. You don't believe them because you know they're outside. You got to understand, thought is also outside of you. It's not you. It's just making up things, because brain is a thought manufacturing plant. That's all. But what it manufactures, it has nothing to do with you. What you purposely go into your consciousness, choose a certain kind of information in order to calculate something, produce something, design something, learn something, accomplish something, that's your thought. But other thoughts that pop up, you've got no responsibility for them. They're not describing you. They've got nothing to do with you. You got nothing to do with them, but they're there. Like so many movies that you see, whatever happens in the movie, you see it, but doesn't mean that you're part of it. Your eyes will see lots of things, but doesn't mean just because it sees things, you agree with them, you want to engage with them, you're interested in them. You see them, then you decide, I don't want to see this, I want to go the other street. I don't want to be engaged in this activities here, I want to go there. You decide what your apparatus, brings the information to you through eyes, through hearing, through thoughts. They can come up with all kinds of things that are out there, but you choose what's within your values and what's irrelevant to you. That's all. Otherwise, thoughts can suggest thousands of things every day, from anything to anything, including your sexuality, and suggesting that you're not this, you will be that, you should be, you will be changed. All that nonsense. Nothing, no thought can ever change you in any way, shape, or form, especially in your sexuality and gender. That was done in the womb of your mother when there was no thought around. Thought had nothing to do with the gender that you've been given, whatever it is. And thought will never ever have anything to do to change it. When it had nothing to do with giving it to you, it will never have anything to do with being able to change it or suggesting anything that could be of truth to it. It can come up with nonsense. It can come up with things and ideas and suggestions, because that's what a thought does. These are intrusive thoughts, and you're supposed to just diss them and go about your business. Believe in your core values and who you are, not thoughts. Thoughts are not you, you're not thoughts. And we go to Jeffrey says groovy, okay. And Tind Plus says, is it normal to feel that I am never gonna stop missing my ex? Yeah, it's normal for now, but when you did stop missing the ex, you'll say, oh, that was not normal, was it? Why was I thinking that way? And guys, remember the protocol: age, gender, and where you're tuning from. Just like Gilmore, no? Gilherm says male 21 Brazil. See, M for male, F for female, or whatever you choose for signifying your gender, and then the age and Brazil or the country that you come from. And so Tint, please share that with us, because I need to know how old you guys are, at least. It's normal to feel that I'm never gonna stop missing my ex. Sometimes I'm having panic attacks and I feel like only hugging him can heal me. You're not sick to be healed. Is it normal to feel like this? Yeah, I don't know when you broke up. You don't give me enough information. I need to know your age, what number of relationship it was, like how many relationships that you have had, what's your cultural background, and what was the extent of the relationship. And these are all have to do with how long it takes for you to move on. And you know, you put these pictures of crying, and I don't want to see you cry because there's no reason for you to cry. Every relationship is part of this life that you happen to, right or wrong, you made a decision, later on you may regret it, you may not, and there's nothing wrong with regretting if you come up to understand that wasn't a good suggestion, good decision, but you made it anyhow. At the time that you made it, you didn't know any better. So you don't have to regret it, but you should be acknowledging the fact that that was lack of good judgment. But that was the level of your understanding at the time. So you can't be too guilty, but you can explore, why was I open to that? Was it really my preference, or was it other reasons involved that I was, let's say, behaving against something else in order to make a statement, in order to identify myself with something. Therefore, I made decisions that when I look back, when I understand that I shouldn't find my identification into other things, I should search it in myself rather than trying to make it easy and attach myself to a cause. Therefore, I don't have to make anything out of myself because I attach myself to the cause that already exists. So therefore, I cannot take it easy and just say, that's my identification. See, I've got a badge, put it here, and therefore I'm accomplished. But take the badge off and see what you've accomplished. If you find out you haven't accomplished anything, that means most of the stuff that you did before was because you had a badge on and you were trying to say that I am part of this badge, and I'm going to do whatever I can to be quite qualified for having this badge, because when I have this badge, then I feel accomplished. I don't have to do anything else. I'm kind of home free. I can do whatever the shit I want to do because I have a badge. I've already accomplished. But you didn't accomplish anything. You just signed up for a group, and from that theory or whatever it is, you're considering that group to be your identification. It's a cop-out. It's a free way of escaping responsibilities and accomplishment in life. That you stick yourself to a cause that is not directly related to you, but it's a cause. Makes you feel like, I'm an activist. Oh, okay. Then if I'm an activist, I made it because I'm piggybacking on the back of the people who have been active in this, for this cause for years. Therefore, it has a legitimacy. Therefore, I became legitimate. I don't have to do anything anymore because now I'm part of the cause. That gives you certain arrogance and a certain inability to learn things or wanting to learn things, you become dogmatic and in fact controlled. Rather than being freed, you actually become imprisoned by the cause because you believe in it too much. So you got to be aware, what are you joining and why are you joining it? Is it because you're incapable of making something out of yourself and you want to stick to that cause in order to make yourself feel that you're capable and accomplished and therefore you don't have to do anything anymore? That's a good excuse for copping out of really building something. And then you will do all kind of crazy things to prove to yourself that I am truly part of this cause. And those decisions are the ones that you should become aware that even though you don't have to regret them, but it was wrong because it was not you. It was based on trying to accomplish yourself in that cause or attach yourself to that. So you were following what you thought will make you become part of that cause, which would set you free not to do anything and make anything out of yourself in life. And many people are engaged in that, many young people, and they think they're actually making the world change, but they're not. And most of those causes really have nothing to do with them, which they can actually exercise voting right correctly to protect all kinds of people, not one certain specific group of people, and then call it, I'm an activist. Why don't you be humanist and vote in a certain way that protects all human beings, not just a certain group, and they say, I'm special because I protect this group, I protect that group. So we can all be responsible and vote for humanity in general, not just one section of it, and then we secularize. We create segregation by thinking that I'm helping actually to defend these minority of groups of whatever they are. But in fact, you're falling into the hands of the people who want to keep us all separate by creating your focus to be on this group and that group rather than on the whole thing that is happening. So they bamboozle you, get you focused on certain things that makes it easy for you to feel something about yourself while you're busy doing nothing pretty much and get nowhere, instead of focusing on the rights of all humans and protecting all rights of all people in the world. And then you're beginning to make a difference. All right. Jeffrey says justice is so important. All Al Pacino, justice for all. Yeah, I remember that. You're out of order. You're out of. You're all out of order. And Make Your Touch says, hello, male 26 Germany. I hope you're well. Thank you very much, Make Your Touch. Guten Tag. Wie geht's heute? And Luna says, salam dear Mehran. كيفك اليوم؟ شكرا. أنا تمام. And Luna, female, 35 UK, sending much love your way, and thank you very much for that, dear. Emmanuel says, don't forget my question. Yes, I did answer it. So everyone, remember, we are 26 of us here, and thank you for that. We have only 15 likes. If you don't mind, there's no cover charge here, but you do need to click on like if you like. And so if you haven't, please do. And if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. On this channel, we have over 1,700 videos in regards to thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, ego, pleasure, mechanical process, order, breakups, relationships, and pretty much anything under the sun you think about after your relationship, after your breakup. We've got a video on it. Just go on my search engine, type in a word, one word that describes your feeling or your question. There's going to be videos on it, a bunch of them. And then we've had over 500 live streams, which collectively addressed maybe, I don't know, 20,000 questions over the years. So we have about 22,000 questions and topics discussed on this channel. And I hope that you guys will be able to promote the channel on your social media, let people know that I've got your back. This channel got your back. We talk about things that have to do with your psyche, movement of the mind, and the challenges that the fear, desire, ego brings about, thoughts and consciousness, the relationship between the two, and breakups and so on. And if you needed to talk to me more than the opportunities that exist through the videos and the live chats, you're welcome to go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com. Mindthatseekstruth.com. You can take a look at the table of content of my books, see what it has. You can click a button and read a sample chapter. And if you like it, acquire it. I suggest acquire the ebook because it's much easier for me to send it. And that reminds me, I have to send a few books that are actually in print version. And and I've made it very economical for the people who want to use the ebook. Same book at $80 or $100. Ebook version is like $8, $7. So it's much more economical and quick. You can get the link and start reading it. And read them at leisure. The chapters are not following each other. You can choose any chapter you like. Especially the book I highly recommend. Me, My Psyche, and I. Me, My Psyche, and I. I really highly recommend this. Everyone should read this book. It will help you to know a little bit more about yourself and to be able to be more in tune with what's happening in your psyche and how to deal and negotiate your daily lives as best as you can and deal with matters of life. And also, of course, on the site, you have an opportunity to click on the Skype consultation and make an appointment with me. And of course, that is fee-based and there's a charge for that. And you will see all the options that you have. And then we discuss about your particular question that you may have on that topic, one-on-one on Skype. All right, having said that, unplugged the channel shamelessly. So let's go to okay, the join. I gotta go to a person who's joined the channel. We have a join button. It costs you maybe $3.99 a month or $8.99 a month or $34 or something a month, depending on whatever your budget is, to support the channel. And when you have joined, when I see you, then I would have to give priority and go to that question. So Leo is one of our join members, and Leo says, male 27, Leo, Seattle, Washington, says, hello Mehran, been a while, hope you have been doing just as great as I have. Oh, good, missed your voice. Well, great that you're here, thank you for that, and I appreciate you having joined as a member and contributing to the channel every month. And this is very kind. I hope everybody else does that too. Did you guys hear? And now I'm getting back to Mark. Mark says, hi Mehran, you're looking well. Good to see you. Mark 36 UK, good to see you as well, Mark. Well, you know, I've been, I told you guys that my son bought me a new bike. And this bike is really hot, like it's fast compared to my other mountain bike, which kills the hell out of me when we go to the mountain, because uphill and all the shocks that takes all the energy, I go, so with this new bike, it's actually fast. It's a gravel bike and I love it. And so I've been going biking every day past few days, not to the mountain one, but enough uphill and downhill, because from here to about, I don't know how many kilometers, maybe 20 kilometers going and coming back. It's got special pathways that the city has created for bikers, that it goes right through very nice areas and back roads and back alleys, so you're away from the cars mostly. And it has downhill and uphill. So I've been trying to get in shape because, you know, I haven't gone to the gym for the past 5 months and terrible, not good. And walking at the beach at night times is not enough. I still think I've got some vigor and I need to get that out. So, and I can't go horseback riding, you know, because of all these corona thing, which I haven't done that for years, but I was about to. My son had bought me new boots which was he pays for everything now. With a channel like this makes no money. Obviously, the poor guy has to pay for his dad. A generous guy, generous man. So now, let's go to Luna. Luna says, no, Mark is saying hi to Luna. And, okay, Sagota says, thanks a ton. I will apply what you said. You're great. Thanks again. You're welcome. Sagota says, sir, it's 2:30 a.m. here, so I have to sleep. I watch your live and trims other time. Do take care and keep teaching. I read your books. Much love and respect. Take care of yourself and your health. Thank you very much, Sagota. So do you. And thank you for staying up to participate and support the channel. I wish you well. Have a wonderful tomorrow and sleep well. And Satsiki, which is Zadkiel, I changed it to Satsiki, it's easier to pronounce, says 26 male Sweden. Is there any method or something I can turn to when I feel the urge to check my ex social media? Yeah, just don't. Simply, the method is to rely on your intellect. What are you gaining when you check her social media? You're trying to stop time, or by checking it, you're going to stop her from, I don't know, going out or do what she wants to do. Become independent from the emotion you have to the ex. Ex, there's a reason you call it ex. Ex means gone. And you should also allow it to go. And then you will gain your freedom. When you have a pigeon in your hand, as long as you're taking care of the pigeon so closely, the pigeon feels trapped. At the same time, when you let it go, pigeon will feel free and you will feel free. Because you don't have to worry about that pigeon who happens to be doing some wrong things, or be you worried about it because it doesn't think right, or I don't know, does things that is not supportive to your ideas and so on. So, but you're dealing with it. When you let this pigeon go, the pigeon will feel free, but you also feel free. I have no more problems of thinking about what this pigeon will do next that is going to hurt me or makes me feel insecure or not living up to my standards. So let the pigeon go. Let the pigeon be free and have her own life the way she likes. And you will also feel free, because then you will be able to find a pigeon who will actually have more things in common with you. And you won't have to worry about her and making sure she does the things that is in line with your philosophies. Because to begin with, she actually thinks that way and conducts herself in that way. Whatever, your relationships are, you got to find your partners in the way that you don't have to constantly watch out what he or she does. Be able to be confident that you are playing in the same tune and your orchestra is harmonized, and you help each other in the challenges of life, rather than constantly having to hold off the challenge back and deal with life, and also deal with the differences and conflicts and divisions that he or she has and you have. Just nonsense. Let her go and let yourself free, and go on and look for something which is more compatible. You can bond on consciousness level. All right. And Maker Touch says, I reached my ex after she broke up with me 6 months ago, answered with resentment, told me she started her life with a new person that she loves, asked me to no contact her again. Why the resentment? Why are you saying that? Because she has found somebody else. She doesn't want to have anything to do with anybody else. She was your girlfriend. You guys broke up. So she's gone and she's found somebody that she, now at the stage of the life she is in, she feels fine with the guy. So let it be. Why should you have to suck up to her shoes? Why should you have to follow her? Why should you want someone who doesn't want you? Why should you worry about being with someone or concerned about someone who resents you or have a resentment towards you or reaching out to her? You should not even reach out to her. Why? Why do you want someone who you broke up with or she broke up with you? Why do you feel the need that she's the one who makes your life worth anything? Why? Who is she? What has she done in life? What has she accomplished? Other than the fact that you feel good by being intimate with her, what else is she bringing to the table? You have to ask these questions. When you're in a relationship, whether you're a man or a woman, when you have found you're someone that you want, you like, or you love, you ask yourself, what is she bringing to the table other than her beauty and looks? And the girl must ask, what is this guy is bringing to the table other than the fact that, I don't know, he likes me? Or, what? They calculate that. They see all the life plans, manners, the way they're being treated by their boyfriend, and many other things that they consider, right? But what do you consider when you're with a woman? The only thing you consider if she's all dude up and she's pretty and you can have sex with her. That's not enough. That's in fact degrading women. You gotta expect a lot more because women are a lot more than they used to be 500 years ago. They can be smart, educated, well-mannered, conscientious, protecting your values and having common values. That's why a relationship can take off and go places. Otherwise, if you don't have common values and you want to make a statement, well then why are you in a relationship? What do you want from this guy? So you got to calculate what is she bringing into the mix. And they're capable. Women are capable of doing and accomplishing anything. And if they're not putting themselves up to that challenge and they're hiding behind a certain kind of a shelter, and they just say, well, because I want it to be this way, then I'm good enough, and that's all I'm bringing in because I'm a woman. Well, these are all nonsense. It has no sense of making a relationship work. It's just individual steam. But in reality, just as a guy is supposed to bring something to the table, to offer in his understanding of life, taking on the challenges of life, manners, morals, and so on, the woman should do the same. Why not? They're just as exceptional and intelligent as anybody else. But expecting a woman just to be pretty and that's good enough, it's not good enough. And you're going into a deep hole where it will be hard to come out. And you're actually making your partner feel useless because all you want her to be pretty. What about here? Because that's where all the relationships takes place. If these two are not in harmony, it won't happen. So just as they calculate and measure up their man and hold the man responsible for many things, you got to do the same. You got to expect a lot more from the woman because they're capable, highly educated, and they can accomplish anything in life. So you want to see more than their looks, because their looks is not going to make or break the relationship. There are many actors and actresses are beautiful, handsome and beautiful, but they get divorced. So the looks is not going to do it. It's a compatibility and a consciousness and how you react to each other, how you react and take responsibility for your previous actions and your actions today and your actions tomorrow, what you want to build and accomplish together. That's what makes a life and a relationship work. So if you want to just follow your ex because you just, she was pretty and she made you feel good, that's not good enough. Feel good by yourself. And there's so many pretty women out there if that's what you're looking for, but that's not going to make the relationship work. You got to expect a lot more from a woman just other than just she's being beautiful. All right, so move on. Get out of that, Mike. Respect yourself. Leo says, male 27, Seattle, Washington. Oh, we did that. All right. And Netsnet says, hi guys. Hey, Netsnets. Ross says, hey Mehran, male 31 UK, sometimes I'm so lonely, like now, I try to speak to women as potential dates and even as friends, but it seems like they couldn't care less if I speak to them or not, and some just ignore me. Because you go in there with the expectations of getting something. When you need something, they can feel it. Don't need anything. What do you need from them? They're another human being doing their things. You pass by, say hello, that's it. Don't stand up to hear back if they say hello or not. Just say hello and go. They can see you don't need anything. And then they could be interesting. You know? They may want to talk to you. But when you go in there and you look with your eyes and your whole body and your, signals that you're desperately hoping they will pay attention to you, they feel it. We have energy that arrives sooner than our body arrives to a location. They feel that energy. Hence Star Wars. They feel the Force. We all feel the Force. Have you not ever imagined or experienced that somebody's talking to you and you're kind of backing up because you kind of feel you're not comfortable? That energy. And then some other people, you actually don't mind if they're close because their energy is so clean and non-threatening and their intentions are proper, the normal human beings. And then you feel comfortable. Same thing. Whether it's a man or a woman, it's the same. Friends or girlfriend, same. So that energy is what they feel, a desperate energy, a need. Nobody likes a person who needs something. No woman wants to be with you if they feel you need them. And pretty much the same in the other way around too. So you have to be in everything in moderation, everything in moderation. You go there for a purpose, you meet a girl for a purpose, and the purpose is that you want to date her, that you want her to be your girlfriend, then you mess it all up. Just go there as a human being, interact, that's all. Expect nothing, want nothing. Just negotiate life, enjoy the life, that moment, discuss, conversation, that's it. If it eventually comes up to something, it will. But you go in there with the intent of making some relationship out of something, people get freaked out. They feel uncomfortable. They move. So, do not need a relationship, then the relationship will find you. And he says, I used to be able to attract women much more easily, but now I'm alone a lot and they don't want to be around me. No matter how well I'm doing in my job or whatever, I still feel unfulfilled without a girlfriend. Because you're constantly looking for her. Any girl you see, you're looking at her with those eyes of, oh, I want you to be my girlfriend. And she feels freaked out. They all feel the energy. Just don't want anything. Do your thing. Build your life. Once you focus on that, just do your thing, things that you love to do. And you're bound to run into someone that has similar interests and qualifications and compatibility. And don't expect to be praised by women just because you're doing your job. So what? Don't expect anything from anybody. Be independent, do your thing, but be kind and respectful and cordial to anybody who is cordial and respectful to you. That's all. Don't go meet people with a shopping list in your hand. I want her to be like this. Oh, she's like that. I want her to like me. Oh, what should I do for her to like me? Don't. Just be yourself. He says, I've never really had anyone deeply care for me apart from one or two which ended after a very short relationship due to distance. Well, distance is not a relationship. Don't go for that sort of stuff. Just be patient, live your life. Life has a lot more to offer than just having a girlfriend, and the girlfriend will be attracted to you when you have a life, rather than thinking that the girlfriend is the life. And in order to have life, I have to have a girlfriend. So you look at the girlfriend as the entirety of life, and no woman is equipped to take that kind of a burden. That I am his whole life. Who do you think they are? That accomplished? That confident? That caring? That knowledgeable? That wise? That they actually can take on to be your whole world? Nobody's qualified that much. You give them that kind of echelon, they freak out that they're nobody like that. And they escape. So, cool it. You'll be okay. Love yourself first. Love yourself. Learn about yourself. Love yourself. Accomplish yourself. Don't give a damn about who actually likes you or don't like you. You learn how to like yourself legitimately, not no matter what you do. No. Be a good person. Love yourself. And don't need others. Be independent. And people are attracted to independent people. You need them, they feel it. And most people, man or woman, and in this case we're talking about women, don't have enough confidence. So if you show them so much love and attention, and that is what they really want in their life, but if you show it to them, they actually feel like, why is this guy paying so much attention to me? Because I don't think I'm that really great. I haven't done anything. I know all the shortcomings in me. But why is he so? Because he doesn't know your shortcomings. Not that he knows and he still wants you all that bad. But she doesn't know that. She thinks that you want her regardless of what she is, and she knows what she is. And she doesn't think she deserves that much attention. And she thinks, why is he paying so much attention to me? I'm not that great. But if he thinks I'm that great, well, then maybe he's not that great. And if he's not that great, I don't want him. That's the cycle of it. No woman is that confident that you think they are. You think they're confident and they're so amazing because you desire them sexually. You're programmed for procreation. You're heterosexual male. You love women and you're attracted. So therefore, you go out of your way to have what you're programmed to have. Intimacy, closeness, sex. And that's why you think they're the world. They don't need to qualify for anything else. They have all the qualifications because you have that urge, you have that attraction, you're programmed that way. And that ruins the whole thing because it takes the responsibility of them behaving and being proper and being compatible to you away from them, as if they can walk on water and they have the carte blanche. They have no responsibility to be compatible or observe things that are proper, and they walk all over you. Simple. So become independent, focus on building your life and allowing to other women to show you who they are in their personality, not just to grant them that they're the world, but they have all the other shortcomings that all the rest of us in the world have and needs, but yet you consider them the king or the queen of the world. Why? Yeah? The owner of the world. Not so. And they don't have that confidence in themselves. And they see you have that confidence in them or that need turns them off. All right. Having said that, let's go on to Jeffrey says, hi Mehran. Jeff, male 32, Toronto. What if I never get over my ex? You will, but as long as you think you don't want to, you won't. What if I spend my whole life thinking about our relationship from September 2016 to September? Why? The idea is, the question is not what if. Your question is not legitimate. It's a rigged question. The real question is, why would you question that? Why would you want? Why would you say, what if I spend my whole life thinking about our relationship from September 2016 to September 2000? Why? Why these 3 years, this one person among all these 7 billion people on this earth, and among the billions and trillions of stars that in the sky, that one earth, and then one human being describes the whole entirety of your journey of life? Isn't that stupid? Especially when that human being doesn't want to be with you? Were you nuts? What happened to you? Like, you have no respect for the fact that you've been privileged to be in this life, to have a life, to be born, to experience all this playground that is here, all the opportunities, learning experiences, and you have summed up the whole experience of life to one woman who doesn't want to be with you, and for that 3 years. If you think about it, you see you're being unfair and unkind to the creator, whatever it is that you believe in. Some people call it God, nature, universe, energy, whatever it is. But don't you think you should have a little bit more respect for the creator who actually chose you to come here? You know, your mom and dad, when they were intimate, there were 300 million other possibilities that could have been chosen to be born. But you won. 300 million other sperms were sacrificed for you to be in this world. And now you want to sum it all up as worthy as 3 years of a relationship with one woman who is just like you, another human being, with no powers of deity or whatever else. What's wrong with you? This is the time that I should ask for my famous friend. You've been away from this and you've forgotten what life is all about now. Go on. Get control of your life and accomplish stuff that you're here to accomplish. Stop that nonsense. Otherwise, I'll get on the plane and come and deliver that piece of wood. But you're lucky, you know, there is no flights out and out, so I gotta postpone that for now. Approve, says male 22 India. I'm very depressed as I lost my one eye to the I lost my third dimension. What happened here? So sorry to hear that. All right. Lone Wolf 99 says, I'm always anxious about anything. Well, don't be. Because regardless you're anxious or not, things don't change because you're anxious. So I suggest stop being anxious, because it has no real benefits. It just makes you anxious. Just one moment, guys. All right. So we have Zedkiel says 26 male Sweden. Mehran, why does my heart sink and I get a panic attack when I see a picture of my ex? Yeah, because you see an opportunity. That is my female, at least was, and you don't want anybody else touch her, and that's normal. You know, from caveman time, we looked at the hunt as an opportunity and directly connected to our survival. We needed the food. So if there is a hunt going, just about we're losing it. If you pulled your arrow, let it go, you lost it, you missed it, and it's running away, you get panicky, because that's what you survive. You can, you know, you need to feed yourself, your family, and whatever it is, thousands of years ago, right? So the opportunity, losing an opportunity, was always a feeling of paranoia, you know, a urgency, a matter of life and death type of thing. And another thing that was most important for us, other than food, was women. That's what the world is set to go around. Without man and woman to procreate, the survival of this earth would be in danger, our species. And that is the program that is instilled in our genes, that we follow that vigorously. That is why it's so important, just like eating, feeding ourselves, not to die. That same kind of a program is instilled into our genes. So when we see a woman we like, our heart falls. Or if we had a relationship with this woman and now we don't, when we see her, it's like, oh, opportunity is escaping. My opportunity went. Something that had to do with my survival went. Because we don't understand difference between survival through food and nutrition and survival through intimacy with the woman that we love. Both have similar kind of effect on us, and we're programmed to react to them just as important. So that's the feeling you get. Oh, lost opportunity. Oh, my survival. But lo and behold, if you miss that food, now we're living in a world that if you miss the meal time, there are going to be other food available all the time. If you miss one woman or one relationship that didn't work, there'll be other women. It's not the only one that you should have your heart beat for it, because if you allow it, the next woman will completely wash this other ex away, provided you actually understand this and wait for and accomplish yourself to bring about that next woman. But as long as you keep not moving forward to bring about that next relationship, next woman that you love, next selection, you'll be constantly focusing on this, and this is a lost opportunity. You will look at it and you'll always feel like, how can I get a div? That anxiety of having lost an opportunity, and anxiety as I saw it again on social media, again I can't have it. You're reminding yourself of that lost opportunity, and that creates anxiety in you, and that's the feeling. But if you move forward, leave that behind, and focus on yourself, and believe that you have to accomplish yourself, and you will go out and find other women, eventually that will happen, and replace that with another better choice, then your problem is solved. Until then, understand that is what should be happening, and that's what you want to do. Then stop checking out the ex on any social media or anything else. Abdul Razak Al Hamout says, male 21, Copenhagen, says, I'm very depressed. Recently broke up with my girlfriend because she's crazy. Well, then you are in, you have a blessing. Why would you want to be with a crazy woman? So what are you? You're sad that you're not sad? You're sad that you're not in danger? You're sad that you're not with a crazy woman? I mean, what? You're supposed to be happy. Okay, this crazy woman, I'm not with her. Okay, great, hallelujah. It's good. And this says, I feel demotivated. I'm in a comfort zone. I do not like where I am at in life, but I'm lazy and it's hard. Well, listen, it's like saying, I'm hungry, but I'm lazy to go to the kitchen and get that pie. But believe me, when you get really hungry, you won't be lazy. So you're not really hungry for another relationship right now. But when you will be, you'll get off your ass and you'll start, doing things you like to do, and possibility to meet other women, and things will change because you want it to change. Right now, you don't want it to change. So if you don't want it to change, what do you want me to say? It's all about what you want to do. And right now, you don't want to do, because if you did, you would have. If you were hungry enough for that piece of chicken in the kitchen, or piece of pie, or whatever it is that you like, the cake, if you were hungry enough, you would go pick it up. If you're not doing it, you're not hungry enough. So relax, chill out until you're hungry enough, and you'll get up. But if you wait until you're really desperately hungry, starving, and then you want to go and shop for the ingredients, come home and cook it, it'll be a long time and you might actually pass out. So might as well start building yourself, start doing what you need to do, take care of yourself, your fitness level, your conditions, your health, and do the right things, your studies, your whatever it is, your job, whatever it is that you're in. You're 21-year-old, I don't know what you do. You're probably in college maybe. So prepare for all these things, So you feel good about yourself. So when you're in some social event or somewhere that you'll meet someone, you'll have confidence. You've accomplished some things, and with that knowledge, you'll go and maybe introduce yourself or find new friends and see where that goes. So prepare, not when you're hungry and then you want the food. Prepare, buy the ingredients, have it in the kitchen, clean it up, and ready to cook. And even cook it, put it in the fridge. So when you're hungry, you go pick it up. And James says, hello, Mehran. There was a live stream that really helped me. I think it was number 503. Please, can you make it public again? Because it's no longer visible on your channel. Yeah, sure. I can. What I can do is I can take all the 500 live streamings and make it special for members. So that's my ploy to get you guys contribute to the channel, because lo and behold, we don't have much money coming from this channel, which kind of doesn't allow me to do the things that I want to do for this channel. So I think the reason I unlisted them was because they were cluttering the whole channel. We were doing more live talks because we had 2 live talks every day. Can you imagine that? We had 2 live talks every day, I think for about 60 days. And they were more than the videos that I would be releasing. So they had cluttered the whole channel. People wouldn't really know all the same emblem, the same titles. And maybe that's why people weren't joining us. Say, what is this? Every one of them 2 hours, 3 hours, 1 hour. What is this? So I unlisted them all, and only the regular videos are shown, or the trims. But I can put them up for members. In that way, at least we'll have that something special for members, and then we'll have all the live talks for members only. So that way, people can join and see there is a reason to joining. How about that? But 503, I will release that for sure for you. But I think 503, I may have lots of 503. Sometimes I forget to change the numbers. I gotta fix all those numbers when I bring them back online. And Jess Magson says, hi, I'm 19 and I basically struggle with most of the symptoms of HOCD. But my head likes to tell me that it might not be HOCD despite the anxiety and everything else. I'm starting therapy soon. Good. I'm sure it will work for you, because HOCD is common among millions and millions of people, and mostly it's all because you're diehard heterosexual and you're so focused on this and you so love what you are as a heterosexual that you're alert beyond belief, fully focused. So anything natural, even, you consider it, it's not perfection of heterosexuality, so therefore I must be gay, or I'm going. These thoughts haunt you and drive you crazy, because none of them are relevant and none of them are meaningful to you. They're all nonsense. None of them are actuality. It's just thoughts, and you got to understand to separate the me, you, from thoughts. It's 2 different things. Thought is not you. You're not thoughts. So whatever the hell that this thought introduces to your head, that is not you. It's just a thought. Simple as that. Just like somebody else in the street is saying something about you, you quickly say, oh, fuck off. What do you know about me? You're not it. Get lost. Don't be improper. And the thought is the same. It's like another people. It's not you. Thought does not represent you. Certainly not your sexuality, for damn sure. And for that, you can continue with your therapist, and at the same time, you can go to my channel and look up the playlist called Intrusive, Transient, OCD, HOCD, Negative Thoughts. And there are about 50 videos in that playlist, but only 20 of them I want you to focus on, must. The others, elective, optional. But the ones that says number 1, number 2, not part 1 of 2, no, number 1, number 2, number 3, up to number 20. They will bring you up to speed, what's happening, and you get to know enough about it to say, oh, okay, that's all bullshit, okay. and I have all the links of scientific and scientists and doctors on the description of those videos, especially the work of Dr. Schwartz, Magical Understanding and Letting You Know OCD and the thought process and the function and malfunction of the signaling system between the frontal cortex and the amygdala and thalamus, and the role of the caudate nucleus and all that parts of the brain that this malfunction feeds on, and the experiences that have been done through researcher Dr. Anne Grable, through her student, through his postgraduate studies and her lab, Carl Smith did an exercise about neuroscience of habits that makes it clear the role of caudate nucleus, and makes it clear the role of habit in this whole process of obsession and compulsion, and then the role of the dopamine, and then the role of habit, which after a while you're not necessarily just doing it as a response to obsession. You're doing it because you've been addicted to the secretion of dopamine every time that you did the compulsion, and that makes you feel good, and you keep doing it because of dopamine, and after a while that dopamine causes you to actually create a habit, which becomes more difficult to get rid of that train of thoughts, intrusive thinking. So that's why it's very important for you to educate yourself about this whole progress, this whole process of the relationship between the compulsion, the goal finding center, and the reward center, and the habit center. They're all in the same center right around the caudate nucleus, and they all work together, and that's one leads to another, and eventually becomes a habit which becomes more difficult to get rid of. And but all the time they're just nonsense, they're irrelevant. So in those 20 videos you'll get a lot to know about what this thing is all about, and of course your therapist will help you out. Make sure the therapist knows what they're doing. Watch the videos of Dr. Philipson and Dr. Jan Weiner. They're brilliant doctors, and their links are underneath. And other therapists and other regular people, their experience about this whole HOCD nonsense, it's all there. Watch them and you will see what's going on. Now, Carpe Diem is here, and hello, Carpe Diem. Carpe Diem says, greetings, Mehran. I just found you on Instagram. I missed the part of how you can become a monthly member on YouTube. I glad the channel is growing. Please subscribe, thumbs up, buy the books. Cheers. Thanks for the promotion, Carpe Diem. And guys, if he's saying that, it's not because he's just saying that. He's done it all himself. He has bought the books. He has helped the channel tremendously every time with generous super chats and all that. I've never seen it before. And the subscription and the likes that he does. So please don't forget to like the videos when you watch them, and to like the live stream if you will, and also make sure that you subscribe to the member and get the members special treats such as the live streams and all that, which I will learn how to make it special just for the members. Carpe Diem says male 41, almost 42, Canada. Thank you for that. And Carpe Diem says, hope you have a great bike ride. Please take care. Yes, I will. I appreciate that. Very kind of you for the kind energy and gesture. And I'm into the biking these days. I really like it. And Carpe Diem says, great stream like always. Thank you very much. I appreciate for your support and being here and joining us. And Emri Kaya says, how to bring order back into your life after breakup during the pandemic. Simple as every time else. There are a frame of, you're always working in a certain frame. Like if you're in a school, there's a certain frame of work there. Like you can't do certain things and you can do certain things. And you got to find to create a certain order at school within the things that you are able to do in school. It's part of the school curriculum and activities. And when you come out of the school, there are other things that you can add to it or other things that you can't add to it. And you, again, work in that frame of work. In life, too, it has a certain kind of a frame of work that makes you, helps you, makes it available for you to do certain things and stops you from being able to do certain things. When there are different situations in this life circumstances as we go on in our journey, then again, we got to modify and alter the abilities and the activities and the frame of work, the frame that we are actually functioning in. And the pandemic is one of those environments that we got to find out what things we can do in pandemic. Not to be depressed to say, well, compared to when it wasn't the pandemic, I can't do anything here, therefore nothing can be done, I'm depressed. No, we got to understand what frame has changed and what we are in now. If you're in school, if you're out of school, if you're in a, I don't know, soccer practice, they all have different frame of work, like things that we can or cannot do. Among what we can do, we choose certain things in order to create an order in that environment. In life as a whole, you have a certain order when life is normal. When there is an environment change or conditional change, a pandemic, so to speak, then there are certain things that you can't do anymore, and there are certain things that you might be able to do that you couldn't do before because you weren't interested, because you weren't forced to do, because there were so many other things available for you to do. Therefore, figure those things out. What are availabilities to you? What are things that are available? What's on the roster? What's on the menu? Choose from the menu. But if you diss the menu because it's not the same menu as it was 8 months ago, well, then might as well sit on your ass, do nothing, and be lonely and sad. We are survivors. We're human beings. We're bigger than anything else. We can do whatever we need to do to survive. So stop being a fucking pussy and thinking that, oh, therefore, I should die because there is not the regular things that I used to do. I can't do now. Therefore, I should sit here and wait until the pandemic goes. No. There's certain things within the confine of the pandemic that we are safe to do. Seek them out. Find them. Find them and bring that as part of the mechanical process of your daily life. Through those mechanical processes, things that you do, you create a certain routine. And that routine becomes your life. And after a while, you get it. But if you constantly be here physically and mentally be 8 months ago and compare the fact that things you could do and things that you can't do right now, well, then you're making yourself to be useless and depressed. There is no sense of that. There is no, it's not a solution. It's just a way to keep yourself down. By the way, when I said don't be a pussy, I meant pussycat. So, so you fix that up. But you know what I meant. Means weak. But it wasn't meant in the context of not being politically correct. So, anyhow, the hell with it. I want to talk. I meant that. Whatever I meant. That you're a pussycat. But I know you're not. So step out of it and snap out of it and go do your best, whatever is possible for you to do, and do it positively and enjoy it and be productive, however you can be productive, within legal limits, of course. Don't forget, Emery, you can do anything you put your mind to it, pandemic or not. As long as we're alive, we will survive, we will make it work, we will find things to do, we will find things to help us to be positive, to accomplish, to learn, to progress, and perhaps even help others, if we can. So, don't give up that easy and don't question that. You're built like a tank. You can go through this. We can all put it together. All of us. We can survive it. And we will. At least we'll do our damnedest. There we go. Now, Emmanuel says, if I understand correctly, you say that we don't have to try to get a girlfriend. They eventually will come to us. Is that so? Not that you sit on your ass and they'll come to us. No, through the activities and through a positive life, through focusing on building your life, through doing the things that you love and you're good at, you are bound to be traveling on this journey. And when you travel, you come across things, and many of these things would be other human beings. And among these human beings, many of them are women, and you will become friend with them. So continue your swim in the ocean of life, in this river of life. You go with the flow, you do your best, and then the rest of it will happen to you. Not that you have to deviate and go look for it. No. You look for life, build your life, and while you're doing that, in the current of life, flow of life, there are other things that you cross. And some of these things are people, and some of these people are women, which you're interested in. Therefore, you will find other girlfriends. Emmanuel says many beautiful Indian girls on Instagram call themselves goddess, and it's interesting how many thirsty boys follow them. It's a shame for my gender. They seem to be blind. No, we are programmed to respond to beauty and sexuality of a woman, and if you're a heterosexual male and you love women, you will be attracted to them. But there's nothing wrong with that you're a fool and you're attracted to a beautiful woman. That's okay. That's part of being a man. But what's not okay if you think that's all there is to expect from a woman, their beauty, that all you request, that all you require for them to be pretty. You can't have a relationship with pretty. Pretty doesn't mean smart. Pretty doesn't make relationship. Bonding on consciousness level make is a relationship work or not work. So you got to seek more information, and you got to get to know what that girl, other than her goddess beauty, is offering. Because it's not her goddess beauty that is going to make or break a relationship or make a life. It's her mentality, manners, the way she is compatible with you or not, or treats you or you treat each other, is what's going to make it. So the consciousness is what you ask to see. What is she bringing with her in her consciousness in that relationship? That's what's going to break or make the relationship, not her being a goddess. So it's okay to fall for the beauty of a woman, but it's not okay to expect only that she's beautiful and nothing else. It's important for her to be endowed with. All right. Roller Girl says, hi Mehran and all. Crystal 55 Vegas, happy 4th of July. Happy 4th of July to you too as well, Roller Girl. Jess Maxon says, what do you think about HOCD in dreams? Nothing, the same as any other dream. You've been bothered with it all day long, so naturally it's going to stay in the wave brains, and you can dream of it, but it has no other meaning or causing any legitimacy of any kind. Thought is thought, dream or not. Nonsense all the way. So relax. And Abu Damri says, hi Mehran, male 35 KSA. I think I know this one. Last time we talked about the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Yeah, okay. Says, why I like to be alone after my wife broke up with me 2 years ago. My emotional state is like roller coaster. Sometimes I feel good and sometimes I don't, because you simply are on a temper tantrum, that you want to be recognized that somebody did wrong to you, and you want to hold her responsible for how you feel. Therefore, you don't want to forget about her. Therefore, you don't want to bring anybody else into your life, because that would make you forget about her. And you don't want to forget about her because she did wrong to you, you think. And you're holding her responsible for how you feel. And you don't give any right to her that, okay, she wanted to divorce. Okay, that's bad. I don't like it, but that's what she wanted to do. Okay, fine. I go on and find another wife. Live life, man. You cannot sum up the whole life experience into one woman, one relationship, and now that she's left, you want justice. You want to wait until they say, oh, I did bad to him. Look, he has no life. No, 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 no. People actually enjoy you being in the dumps. Don't be like that. Be happy. Go out. Find another woman. So many wonderful, amazing, beautiful women in Saudi Arabia as there are in any other part of the world, aren't they? So find another beautiful woman. And maybe learn from mistakes that you might have done or mistakes that she did or the relationship as the two of you, the mistakes that you made, and don't make it on this one. And I know how it is over there, you know, women have no rights, no nothing, and you shit on their heads and they're supposed to say, thank you, I love you. It won't happen anymore. I don't know if you're that kind of a man or not. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying from the stereotype, this is what we know. And women are oppressed there. So next time when you marry, give her what the society is not giving her. Give her a little bit of understanding, freedom, love, care, unselfishness. Make them feel the human being, the valuable human being that they are. I don't know why you guys stayed that way. I'm not picking on you. I'm not picking on you. I love you because you're here and you're asking a question. I'm trying to help you. I don't know you. I don't know how you are. I know how you behave with your wife. I don't know why she left. She might have done all the wrong things and you might be absolutely correct and all that. But it could also be a mixture or the other way around. So that's not my point. My point is, although I'm not religious, but I do know a little thing or two about religious. Apparently, Prophet Muhammad, when it came to Saudi Arabia and turned those savages into civilized people, one of his conditions, one of his rules was that you cannot bury your children just because they're female. This is what they used to do, right? Remember the history? And Prophet Muhammad came in and said, you may not bury your children because they're female. You honor them, protect them, raise them. And that was the rule. But what happened to that compassion, to that love, to that equality? Today, what happened? The women in Saudi Arabia, what are they doing? Really? Are they free? After 1,000 years, I don't know, they can now begin to drive. So what I'm bringing to your attention is not antagonization of your culture. Bring into your attention that you can bring democracy in your home. Let your woman feel she's a valued human being and honored and respected and loved and share the chore of the house with her. It is not coming off, it's not unmanly if you do that once in a while. Let her feel you love her through your actions, not just giving money or doing whatever it is to do. Eventually, they leave. Because every woman will find a way to be free. Every human being wants to be free. I'm not getting on your case. I don't know what happened. And I'm sure, as a good man that you are, you have not been at fault. But I'm just saying in general, move on, find another woman, because if you don't, you will constantly look for justice. You're hanging around for 2 years, not wanting to have another relationship because you want to be recognized that something bad was done to you. You want other people's opinion to lift you rather than you lift yourself. You're looking for justice. You want them to feel that something bad was done to you and there should be justice. And you ask that justice from your God or for whatever it is. That's a temper tantrum. Be the man that you are and live your life, build your life, become happier, and go on, meet other beautiful women, and get married again. Have a life. That's how you deal with things like this. Not to sit on your ass and think, why do I not have a relationship? Why? Why should you not have a relationship? She left? Okay, she left. Now you go on and have your relationship. And if it was a little bit harsh, I didn't mean to disrespect you or your culture. It is just a friendly discussion that I want you to become that special man in your home that brings love and protection and care and energy to your family, whether it's your wife, your children, or the people near you and around you. Make a difference in people's life, not just to follow what everybody else is doing. Well, maybe it works for them, but maybe then it didn't work for this woman and she left for some reason, maybe of the sort that I was talking about. maybe not. I don't know. But I mean good, and I hope that you understand that. All right. Juanpa says, Pura vida, Mehran. Pura vida, Juanpa. Male 24, Costa Rica. And Roller Girl says, millions of people on Earth to choose from. If you had a short amount of time to live, you wouldn't waste any more time on anything but what you truly important now. Yes, that's right. Had a short amount of time. Yes, I got that one. For what's truly important now. Yes, corrections noted. and the Roller Girl says, better yourself. Yes, that's right. And Abu Damri says, you're right, Mehran. You nailed it. All right, then. Good. Glad for that. All right, guys, it's 2 hours and 8 minutes. I've answered all the questions, so I think I owe you nothing right now. At this point, it's time for me to say, I love you all. Thank you very much for being here, giving me the opportunity to share a thing or two with you. I'm not sure if I will have one more tonight at 9 p.m. I may for India and time zones like that, but I'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll go biking. Maybe I won't have it. I don't know. Maybe I will. So, in the meantime, I look forward to talk to you again next Saturday, 1 o'clock. Please promote this live chat. You have 1 week to promote it on your social media. Let people know 1 o'clock Saturday, Vancouver time. We have a live stream about anxiety, depression, OCD, HOCD, breakups, and life matters. So, do promote it. Let this channel to grow. Give me your support. God damn it, do something. In the meantime, be good to yourself, to the others, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.